Hello, participants. I will be happy if you can show me your faces for a few seconds, at least for 10 seconds to switch on your, yes, oh, that was David. How about the rest of you? Few seconds, please. Yeah, I see Vaishnavi is trying. Oh, Vaidehi, hello. How about Sumana, Sakshi? Just few seconds. You can show us your faces so we know who is on the other end. Okay. Okay, great. I can see Ishan. Yeah, great. Okay. Good evening to all of you. Let me share my screen. Okay. Are we waiting for any more to join in? Shall we start? Ready to start? Are you all able to hear me loud and clear?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, great. So let me start. I'm Preeti Kesavan. In London School of Business, I'm the head School of Technology. And welcome to this workshop, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you will have some interesting experience. Some of you might have programming experience. Some of you might not have programming experience, but this workshop is going to be interesting and it's different for many of you as well. So you do not need to have mathematics background. You need not have programming background. So as long you even need not have any other programming codes. So Python is so simple, easy to pick up, and you can do lots of wonders. So I don't even expect you to know about computers. And those of you who have computer background, programming background, it's good. But this is to introduce you to Python for data analytics. So it is Python for everyone. It is Python for data analytics. So again, welcome to this workshop. I look forward to seeing you throughout this workshop. Okay, so welcome again. So what we are going to do for this workshop, let me introduce you the place where I'm currently working about London School of Business and Finance. Then we shall move on to understand data analysis and data analytics. Then hands-on with Python. So you will be using the internet browser. Those of you who have access to the internet, you can continue to work along with me or you can watch me do demonstration. Okay, and I shall share with you some of the learners, students' life in LSBF Singapore. And lastly, I will introduce some interesting courses for you, which is available in LSBF School of Technology. So let me first introduce to you the place where I'm working now in London School of Business and Finance in Singapore. It is actually a part of Global University Systems Group. We call it GUS Group, GUS, Global University Systems. It's a growing network of institutions providing education to over more than 40,000 students worldwide. So we are actually very proud working with the United Kingdom UK's royal patron, who works so closely with us to further promote London School of Business and Finance as a center of excellence in business education and technology. So in Singapore, since 2011, this school, this institute was established, and we have won several awards and accreditations. So we have Education Investor Asia Award for Excellence in Curriculum and Assessments, Gold Award for Corporate Training for Financial Management, Best Private School in Accountancy and School of Hospitality Tourism. So we have won several awards. And what is most interesting is we have also got accreditation from Palo Alto Networks, which is a US-based networking and cybersecurity institute. So we are a cybersecurity academy in affiliation with Palo Alto Network. And for other courses such as the hospitality and tourism programs, we have the Restaurant Association of Singapore and Institute of Hospitality has accredited our courses. We do have collaboration with industry partners like Amazon Web Services. So our courses, we do collaborate and work together with Palo Alto Networks and AWS. And our students, after progressing with our diploma, advanced diploma courses, we do have university partners such as University of East London, University of Greenwich, and also Grenoble University. And we have articulation agreement. So students, after studying in LSB and if they LSBF and they wish to study in the UK or Australia, Germany, Canada, so students can also be transferred and progress, and we do have progression pathway with other universities such as Victoria University, the University of Law, University of Southern Queensland, and many more. Okay, so in a brief, so we are the GUS partnership, which is Global University Systems. So now let us start off with the workshop where you need to understand. Many of us tend to use this term interchangeably, which is data analysis and data analytics. So first, let us understand what is data analysis. It is actually a process of involving data collection, how you prepare your data, how you manipulate data, examine the data for getting deep insights. So the first step is once we collect raw data, we perform analysis. But whereas data analytics is much more deeper, it takes the analyzed data and it will work on to provide meaningful insights and useful information for making business decisions. So analytics, it is a practice. So you should also understand it's a strategy for where your business can go. So when done well, data analytics can help you to find trends, to find patterns in data. It will help you to uncover opportunities. It will help you to predict actions, triggers, events, and allows us to make better decisions and make informed decisions in organizations. So data analytics can be done after we have completed data analysis. So it is very systematic. So it needs logical thinking, systematic thinking, many computational and management steps. So experts usually say, even business experts, computing experts, they say the key word is being systematic. So there are many tools for you, like example, Python, Tableau, OpenRefine, RapidMiner, Google Fusion, Node Excel. We can keep naming several more. Okay, so today, what we are going to focus on is Python. So a very quick introduction. There are many modes of running Python language. Okay, it is first you must understand that Python is an interpreted language. So it needs step-by-step execution for easier programming. So once it's written once, you can run everywhere, anywhere actually. So it is performance trade-off, but object-oriented, it is code with objects that contain data, functions to manipulate in a very predefined way. So high-level programming use natural language syntax where possible. So Python is very, very convenient, very flexible. It's free, it's open source. So rapid prototyping and full stack commercial applications can also be built using Python. So again, I stress it is an interpreted language, okay, that's made to be easy to use Python, and it's quicker to develop a program, any application. So don't be afraid by the term developing application or program. Anyone without coding background, when we do this workshop, you will see it's more simple English sentences, simple English language instructions, but with logic and in a systematic way, you will find that you will be able to build any programs. Okay, so sometimes you will see people develop a program in Python because it's easy to write and you can get the results quickly. And then it will translate them into C, okay, because it's quicker to write out, work out the logic of how the program has to work in Python and then convert to C at that point. So if you need the speed, rather than develop it in Java or C, I leave that for you. But for convenience, for ease, for using the packages that are available, Python is very useful. You can also use it for app development, application development, and most definitely, this works very well. Okay, and okay, I should also talk about Anaconda because some of you might be using the online version to install Anaconda version. Okay, it also uses Jupyter Notes. Fine. So what is Anaconda? It's actually a distribution of Python and also R programming languages for scientific computing like data science, machine languages, machine learning applications, large scale data processing, predictive analytics. Name these few, okay? It is to simplify the package management and deployment. So when I say Jupyter Notes, okay, it's along with Anaconda, but today what we are going to do is we are going to use Jupyter Notebook with Google Collaborator, okay? So it is a notebook, Jupyter Notebook, okay? The Google have put it and it's a Google Collab, or you call it a collaboratory, okay? And it will provide you to link to which means you will be able to follow along with the class, and then after the class you can also explore on your own, okay, after this workshop. So you know how to do Python in Visual Studio, that is also excellent. So it's not compulsory that you must use Google Colab, okay? So you could use Anaconda, so, you can use Python Visual Studio, you can use also Miniconda. Some of you might have heard of this. Yes, you can also, if you go into Anaconda, if you download, it is Python version 3.7, the latest one. So Miniconda can also be used. Some of you might like to explore TensorFlow notebooks. Good. You can also, it's a decent site to know about. And whether you have got Anaconda on your computer or whether you're going to use Google Colab, it will be exactly the same. What you do, what you see on my computer, okay, but it will be pretty close and you will be able to work on it. Excuse me. So now I want you to, let me share with you on the chat. Have you all got it in the chat? I have typed, okay, it is a Notepad, it's a pad riser. It is a collaboratory tool. Let me go to the internet browser and I will show this to you. Okay. Are you all able to see my browser?
Yes.
Yes, okay, great. So the link that I have provided, I want you to just type it. I'll give you a few seconds, enter. But for this, okay, you need to have signed in. Fine. And can you see all of you, 10 of you are now connected. You can type anything. Okay, come on. Type your name or anything that you wish. You will be able to see that if you're on the internet. So each of the participants will have a different color. So what is the purpose of having this collaboratory pad is? So when we develop applications, we as a group are able to brainstorm, share experiences, share codes, share ideas, troubleshooting ideas, how to debug. So this pad helps us to collaborate as a group simultaneously in a real time. Okay, so this will be very useful for you. Okay, and we call this a Etherpad service. Okay, it is hosted by RiseUp. So it provides secure online. Okay, you can type anything. That's good. I can see someone is trying. Okay, it's an online communication tool for people and groups. So it's an online notebook. Everybody can write into and wherever and whatever you wish to. So this is very useful for you. Okay, let me share with you another link. Okay, let's start with the Jupyter Notepad, but this is online. Okay. Okay. Let me open a new tab. Yes, I want you to type Collab research at Google. So far, fine. Okay, let me type it for you. Yes, I have sent it through the chat. So those of you with me, you can use this. Okay. If you're wondering what is this is exactly Jupyter Notes. Some of you or many of you who are familiar with Anaconda, it exactly has an interface for Jupyter Notes. But Google Collab, you call it Collab, but the full form is collaboratory. Okay, so short form, you call it Google Collab. So in short, it's actually a Google research product, okay, which allows us to write codes, to execute Python codes, okay, through Google Chrome or Google browser. Remember, whatever Python codes that we develop, that we execute, it will be saved into Google Drive. Okay, so you need a Google account to access to this. Because I already have a Google account, I didn't go through that step. So in order to be here, you need to first, okay, have this done. Okay, now you can see here, okay, you have various tabs and you have two here, code and text. Yes, you can do this. So what is it? It is actually hosted Jupyter Notebook and it requires no setup for you. It is excellent free version which gives free access to Google computing resources such as GPU and TPU. So what are these technical terms? Let me go through briefly first before we start coding. CPU, many of us know, Central Processing Unit. Okay, it works together with GPU, which is Graphics Processor Unit. Okay, so this is to increase the throughput of data because sometimes we will be using graphics, visualization, we want to present data, throughput of data, number of concurrent calculations that we want to do within an application. So GPU, the graphics processing unit, okay, it creates images for computer graphics, video game consoles. It can also be used to speed up, accelerate calculations involving massive data. Okay, so for today's exercise, we are going to use a few data We will see how to create charts, how to access data, how to retrieve data from external sources, and so forth. But before this, let us start with simple coding. I want you to first click on File, and you will be able to open a new notebook. So this is where we are going to start coding. Okay, and before that, I want to see here, connect to hosted runtime. Okay, yes, do this. Okay, it is allocating the resources, it is connecting so that we will be able to execute our codes. So you can have multiple cells you can create. One is for coding and one is for writing your comments, okay, as text. Okay, right? So for example, I can first type print. Okay, I'm typing it incorrectly, so I will show you how to debug. Okay, welcome to Python LSBF workshop. For example, you can type anything. I'm purposely typing it with mistakes, so I'm going to show you some errors. Okay, and how do we execute it? This is code cell. You can see here a play button, it's executing, and you will see that syntax error, there is invalid syntax. So how do we fix this? It's very simple. We want to print something, we want to display something. This is a text that we have included. So anything within a text, it has to be within single quotes. So all that you need to do is enter a single quote, execute it, and it will print for you. Welcome to Python. It's that simple. Okay, so it's on an online environment. So at the same time, you want to include a text, yes. So this is a comment. So you can simply say, this is my first Python code, right? Okay. You can also have, yes, okay, you can bold it. You can make it italics, right? Okay, fine, great. Okay, you can have a code again. So this is how you can have your code and your text, or include comments. Within the code, you can also include comments. So now what I'm going to do is make it something very interesting for you. Let us do a chart, okay? A histogram chart in Python code, okay? So for this, what we need to do is we need to import, okay, Mathplot Library, okay, but the short form is Mathplot Lib or library dot, okay, you want a Python plot, so pyplot, okay, as we need a plotted chart, okay, fine. Okay, now if you're wondering how to remember all these syntaxes, towards the end of this workshop, I will share with you few links. There are several Python online documentations that you can refer to. So today's workshop is just to introduce some programming, some libraries using Python, and how you can play with data. Okay, so let us continue. So now what you want to do is you want to create a histogram chart, and you want to have two different colors, which would be like you want a red color and yellow color bar charts, okay, histogram charts. So for this, first, let us create, okay, one with x1 equals to an array of, okay, the x-axis values. So you give it as 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm randomly showing this example, 9, 5. So this is x-axis value. Next, I want y-axis value. So enter y-axis value equals to open square bracket. Okay, now you use different points. 4, okay, then 7, I'm randomly using 2, 4 again, 7 again, 8, and 3, you can close. Okay, what I'm basically doing here is x-axis is 1, y is 4, x is 3, y is 7, x is 4, 2, 5, 4, 6, 7. So it goes on like this. But this is for, let us say, for a red color bar. But now I want another set of bars. So this would be x2. Okay, now change it to 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, and y-axis, okay, 5, 6, 2, 6, 2. Okay, if you're wondering where I'm getting these numbers from, it's random numbers. Okay, later I will explain to you in much more detail. Okay, all that we are doing is x-axis, y-axis for 2 different bars, and the colors we have to now specify. So how do we specify that? Plot bar, okay, open brackets, x1, y-axis, okay, you need a label for this, right? Label, what is it? You will say red color. Okay, I leave it to you. Okay, this is what will appear. Okay, comma, and color equals, I want red color, so I do this. So how do I know red color is R? Actually, in Python, Mathplot Library, okay, this application has several color palettes that you can refer to, okay? So these are the common color codes, so I'm using them. So now use the second one, which is plot bar, x2. Next, you need y2, right? Label equals to, you can use any. I'm going to use yellow color or cyan bar, right? Comma, and color equals to C. Close bracket, done. Now, previously I showed you how to insert a text cell, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can insert a comment. So I'm going to show you how the colors, where do you get the colors from? Okay, it is from HTTPS. This link, if you go, Mathplot Lib, okay, .org API, right? Colors underscore API dot HTML, right? So this is a comment statement, fine. And now you want to plot this. So this will be a plot method that we are going to use. So now, do you want to give a label name? Another few more statements, sentences. So yes, you want to plot X label, okay? X label that you want to plot, give it a name called bar number, right? Done. Next, you want to plot Y label, and you call this bar height, okay? And you give a plot title, okay? You give it a name, you call it bar chart example. So you can create heat maps, you can create scatter plot, you can create histogram. There are so many charts that you can make use of by using the Mathplot library in Python. There are several packages, Python, Pandas, NumPy. So later, which I'm going to demonstrate for you, will be using Pandas. But now let us do a simple one using Mathplot library. So let us finish this. So do you want a legend? Yes. Include this legend like your Microsoft Excel, and you want this to be displayed. You want this to be made visible. You want this to show. So this is a show method. Okay. So what that we have done here simply is we have made use of Mathplot library. Okay. You now run this and very beautiful bar chart will appear for you. Okay. Okay, now let me explain the code for you, what we have done here. X1 and Y-axis, 1, 4. So come here, you will be able to see 1 to 4. Then 3 to 7. Yes, if you see here, 3 to 7. We are looking at the red color bar first. Next, 4 and 2. Yes. Okay, red color bar, you look at that. And next, you will see 5 and 4. Yes, you will be able to see 5 and 4. And likewise, see here, for cyan color, 2, 5. Yes, you have 2 and 5. You have 4, 6, for example, cyan color, 4 to 6. So this is a simple way of data visualization using Mathplot library. So what is this Mathplot library? It's a most common charting package. So this Mathplot is a plotting library for Python programming. It's a numerical mathematics extension of NumPy. Okay, it is another package. It provides object-oriented API, application programming interface for embedding plots, for embedding charts, numerical mathematics. It's actually simply extension of NumPy. So it's a general purpose GUI, graphical user interface toolkit, like how we make use of tkinter, WX Python. So Matplot library in PyPlot is a plotting library, simply a plotting library for data visualization used for 2D graphics, 2D graph plots in Python programming language. So it can be used in Python scripts, shell, web application servers, and any graphical user interface toolkits. Okay, so this is just to show you how we can do a simple coding in Python. So now I'm going to show you something interesting now. I'm not going to go through step by step like how I did for the first example. I can share the scripts with you in the chat, but let me first, okay, click on a new code cell. Yes, I want you to try this. For example, you want to know what version of Pandas are we going to use. Now, some of you might be wondering what are pandas. It's not the fluffy animal, okay, the cute little panda, but these are scientific packages in Python. Okay, they are data structures. Okay, so what we can do using pandas is basically creating data frame objects. Okay, you can create columns. Okay, you can create a series of data as well. Arrange the data, access data from URLs, convert Python list, dictionary, or NumPy array to a Panda data frame. You can also open a local file using Python. Okay, it can be a CSV, Excel CSV file. It can also be a delimited text file. You can also open a remote file from internet, like JSON website URL. You can also do that. So what we are now going to do is access from a remote site. So let us see that. Let me share with you on the chat. I'm just demonstrating for you these two examples. I will have time for Q&A in a while. So, okay, let me demonstrate this. So you want to know what Pandas version we are using? Okay, it will return us 1.15 is the latest Panda version. Okay, so okay, Gaurav has asked me a question. When we work together, is there a data duplicacy? How to reduce that? So are you talking about in a Google Collab, or are you referring to the Collab RiserPad? RiserPad is for communication purposes, but when you're talking about Google Collab site, the data set, the applications can be different. One programmer would want to use Pandas. Another programmer would be using NumPy. There could be another programmer in a remote place who wants to use a Mathplot library. So the application on the same set of data could be different. So ultimately, the collaboration is, yes, we are working on the same data. One programmer is focusing on building mathematical models, doing inferences on the data. Another programmer is looking at presenting the visual presentation of the data. So the application is different. Okay, so let us move on now. I'm going to show you from where we are going to download this data is. Okay, let us say, okay, I'll share this with you in the chat. And yes, we are going to download California housing data. Okay, you can try this. There are so many free data sets on Kaggle data, right? So let us see. Yes, are you all able to see? You will be able to download the data set, right? Are you all with me? Able to see my browser?
No, we can't see your browser.
Okay, I'm here now. Okay, how about now? Are you able to see it?
Yes.
Yes, great. Okay, now let me continue. Okay, so what we are first going to see is what I have shared there. We are now going to arrange the data frame. Okay, I'm executing it. So the link that I have provided in the chat that you can see here very clearly, we are simply opening a remote file. It's a database, it's an Excel file, which is like a CSV file. It can also be from a JSON on a website. Okay, so the URL that I have given you, it reads that, and we are presenting the data. So now what we can do is, why are we using this Pandas here is, it's a column-oriented data analysis API. So it's a great tool for handling, for analyzing input data. For many machine learning frameworks, Pandas work very good. They support Pandas data structures as inputs. Okay, so now let me move on. So from this file, let us say you want to display the cities, okay, city names and the population. You will now be able to see, okay, a series of information. So now let me create a data frame here, and you execute the code. Yes, you will now be able to see the population. You will also be able to see the 3 cities names. San Francisco, San Jose, and okay, the three, Sacramento, so that you can see over here. So all that we have now done is the primary data structure in Panda, it is implemented as a data frame. Okay, can you see here? It is as a data frame. So which you can imagine as a relational data table with rows and columns. Okay, so a series, if you see here, PD, panda.series over here is nothing but, okay, a single column. So this is a single column. You can see that a data frame contains one or more series. That means I can have more than 3 columns, more than 2 columns, and name for each of the series. Okay. So data frame is commonly used for abstraction of data manipulations. Similar implementations also exist in R programming, in Spark. Also, you can use similar concepts. Let me demonstrate one more. Okay. A quick one. Okay, execute it. Yes, can you see here the link that I shared with you in the chat? So this will be able to pull down for you how many 17,000 records. Okay, can you see here? So now let us say one way that you want to create a series is to construct a series object. So in this case, for example, I want to now only produce the headers, the first few records, for example. Okay, let me execute this. Yes, the first few rows, okay, along with the headers will be returned. So can you see here, it's the data from California housing data frame, which is nothing but the objects that can be created by passing or mapping string, okay, to the respective series, which is the columns over here. So sometimes if the data doesn't exist, NaN will be returned. So what is this actually? That means it is not a number, okay? Or sometimes it will return NA, which is nothing but the data is missing for unknown reasons you do not know. So it will return NA, okay? So these are some interesting codes that you can practice. So I have simply shared with you how to use Pandas, how to use Mathplot Library. There are many more. NumPy is very interesting. YAxis is another very interesting, very quick one, probably that might interest you if you're interested. Okay, I'll just end here with that, end the coding exercise here. Yes, this is a marquee style, okay, which is actually YAxis. It's a set of system commands, okay. It will provide mini extensive command language. So there are actually line YAxis, cell YAxis, okay. It is especially a feature in Jupyter. There are many shorthand annotations, okay, how the cells text can be executed. So a very simple, easy way to program using Google Collab. Okay, with this, let me now summarize for you what we have done in the next 5 minutes. Okay, we have done this. So if you're very interested in Python programming, okay, you can go to GitHub, enroll yourself, just log in, create a user ID, be a part of the community. It's a collaborative, professional coders, programmers platform. HackerRank, CodeWars, there are many more, but these three are most widely and popularly used. There are few good references, which I promised you at the beginning, where you can look at Python documentation. You can take a screen capture of this necessary. Jupyter documentation, example of notebooks. So these are some useful notebooks that you can refer to. And many of you might be very much interested in free data sets. Yes, most commonly popularly used are Kaggle data sets, World Bank data sets, okay? Any government sites that publishes statistics, you can make use of them as well. So with that, okay, with this simple introduction, I would like to now share with you about the courses that we offer in LSBF, London School of Business and Finance, which is we offer modular courses, foundation diploma courses, diploma in data analytics, higher diploma, and postgraduate diploma in data analytics. So this will be a very interesting program, postgraduate diploma. Those of you who have a bachelor's degree already, or those of you who have a business degree in any discipline, be it, and you want to do a conversion, you want to specialize in data analytics, this course will be very interesting, where you will have several hands-on exercises through synchronous e-learning. Okay, simultaneously at real time, you will be able to meet our instructors and lecturers. Okay, if you're interested to pursue any of our degree courses in undergraduate, we have University of East London, BSc Honours Computer Science, Cyber Security and Networks. We have Master of Science in Computer Science, Information Security and Digital Forensics. So in summary, we have about 36 modular short courses. You can try one module at a time, okay, across all the levels, okay, and progress through foundation, diploma, higher diploma, undergraduate degree, postgraduate diploma, master's degree courses with LSBF Singapore. Okay. So as student learners, as professional learners, we do have student councils, we do have e-clubs, okay, for students to participate. We have computing clubs, okay, which we will, we have R&B clubs, Go Green clubs for students learning. So those students who are interested, or any professionals you want to send your kids to Singapore, or want to learn any Singapore-based, attain Singapore-based qualification, yes, you can also enroll them through e-learning, okay, through synchronous learning. We do provide career services. We have Students Affairs Department, which looks into providing employment opportunities, arranging for reviewing CVs, suggesting employers, building employer relationships, okay, for our students. And once our students graduate, okay, we do have alumni club, and we are in close contact with our students, and they become our continuous LSBF alumni even after leaving Singapore, because they are all global citizens, can be employed in any part of the world, and they are in close contact with LSBF in Singapore. So with this, I thank you. Hope you enjoyed this very simple, basic workshop. Okay, so you can visit us at this particular website. You can also contact our very friendly consultant manager, Mr. David Tan. Okay, you can write to us at info@lsbf.edu.sg. So next, I have about 10 minutes. If you have any questions, please do ask. You can type, and I will be able to answer you. Thank you so much for listening patiently. Ishan, Vaidehi, Arushi, any questions that you want to? Vipul is also there. Soya, Sumana, anyone? Ravi is there. Gaurav is there. Shivangi, any questions? This was just to give you an introduction. Okay, what is the difference between the single quotes and the double quotes? Okay, single quote is a syntax in Python. Double quotes is when you want to display something. Okay, so that is where you will be using that. So for example, in the data set, in the data frame, when we use pandas for California housing example, let us say from the data frame, the histogram that you wanted to create, for example, in that case, you will use a single quote, housing median age. You will use the variable name exactly same as what is available in the CSV. So the header, the column name or the series name should be identical, then you use the single quotes. So for example, you say print hello, okay, then you will be using the single quotes. It will print exactly what is in there. Okay, Bhavana has a question. Okay, before that, can we do, okay, sorry, let me go one question at a time. So I hope I answered Ishan's question. Gaurav's question, can we do any course through online mode? Yes, all our courses are synchronous e-learning, and soon in August, yes, we also have asynchronous e-learning. Both modes are available. So synchronous e-learning in Singapore, our lecturers and instructors will be teaching in class, but live broadcasted. So you can be in India, you can be in any part of the world, and you can access to the live broadcast lectures, interact with your lecturers, and you will be having access to all the course materials, assessments through online. Okay. Bhavana's question is no difference as such, both can be used, but if we code which uses one of the markings, yes, you must ensure to close with the quotes. Yes, right. Bhavana, right. Who is eligible for this course? Okay, I welcome everyone. So we will assess what is your prior qualification. So if you have a bachelor's degree already, then you are eligible for a postgraduate diploma course. But now let us say you have a year 12th standard in Indian qualification, or in Singapore, it is a A-level qualification. You will be doing a higher diploma in data science and analytics, or we have many other courses as well. So it depends on what's your age, what is your prior learning, what qualification that you have. Which course is to be done for business data analysis? See here, the course can sit in any school. At the end, when you work in any organization, okay, in any business sectors, you're going to apply the skills that you have learned, okay, to the data set. It could be in a healthcare, it could be in an insurance company, it could be in a bank, it could be in a supply chain industry, you could be working in FedEx, DHL, you could be working in a government hospital. So all are business organizations. So there is nothing specific to say it's business analytics or data analytics. Business analytics is data analytics. Okay, hope I have. Okay, for banking and MNC company, it's a very good question that you have asked, Gaurav, but you understand here, when you learn data analytics functions, features, programming, mathematical models, statistical models, programming models that you learn through the course, you can apply that in banking industry. So the exercises that we introduce to you will use some banking sector's data. So you will then build financial models. Yes, you will be introduced to such exercises during the course. Did that answer your question, Gaurav? And how about the rest? Okay. Is data science good option for an MBA in finance? Perfect. Yes. Yes, Ravi, data science, data analytics, data science, business analytics. All these are the sub-disciplines, okay, under analytics. Yes. They will be useful for MBA in finance or any specialization. Even if you're going to do MBA in accounting, MBA in enterprise architecture, still you will see that data analytics, data science is infused within the curriculum. And this will be a good foundation before you do a higher level study. Yes. Any more questions? Anyone has any other questions? Okay, I think, where is David? Okay, I must introduce Mr. David Tan. Yes, he's.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, hello.
Hope
Okay.
everyone's well.
Yeah.
Yeah, currently I'm in campus, so no choice, I have to wear a mask. Yeah, so that's why you're seeing me with a mask on. Yeah, so if there's anything you want to ask regarding the course, like course fees, the duration, you can actually email to info@lsbf.edu.sg and we'll answer you from there.
Thank you, David.
Welcome, Preeti.
Okay, I hand over now to Yanni. Miss Yanni, how? Want to do a closing note?
Yeah, I think there's one more question for Preeti. What is the future of data science?
What is it? That's a very interesting question. It's a huge topic. It's another workshop that I must work with Ravi again. What is the future? Is the current and the future is data science, data analytics, business analytics. Moving forward, every organization has tons of data, but what sense are they making out of the data that they have? Okay, so the organizations need employees so that people like us, people like you help managers, you help bosses, you help your supervisors, try understanding the hidden patterns within the data to gain some insights for making informed decisions. So it is a need, it's in demand skill, okay, currently in demand, and the future it has been there all along, okay, but the in-demand skills with the emerging tools and technologies, you will see that it's going to continue, and this skill has to be an essential skill in every individual.
Okay.
Ravi?
Thank you,
Yes.
Preeti. We hope Dr. Preeti answered your question, Ravi. All right. So if there are no more questions, we will wrap up the session for today. So again, if you have any questions, you can email Mr. David at info@lsbf.edu.sg. And if you want to explore LSBF programs, either it's from the School of Technology or any other programs from different faculties, please visit our website. So our website is on the screen. And then if you have any other questions, just please reach out to us. We'll be happy to assist you there. So I hope everyone will stay safe and have a great evening. Thank you.
Stay safe, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. See you all. Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.